Welcome to the MyUP Sports Zone Countdown to Kickoff. I'm Jake Durant.
And I'm Tor Thorne.
Hard to believe, but we're now less than 24 hours away from the official start of the high school football season. Over the next half hour, we're going to break down some of the biggest storylines heading into week one.
That's right, and we've spent the last few weeks traveling across the UP, talking with players and coaches to get an inside look at what fans can expect this season.
Now, due to time constraints, we couldn't visit every training camp or feature every team tonight. Our apologies if your favorite team isn't included, but we do plan to highlight all teams throughout the season. We're always on the lookout for amazing highlights. If you happen to capture one on film, send it our way and you could see it featured on our sportscasts. Now, Tor, it's only fitting that we kick things off tonight by talking about the UP's lone state champion from last season, the Forest Park Trojans. Now, you made the trip to Crystal Falls on the first day of practice, and I'm guessing the energy was pretty high.
Yeah, absolutely, and what a ride it was last season watching Forest Park capture that state title. Winning one championship is tough, but going back-to-back is almost unheard of. But don't tell the Trojans that. They've got their sights set on doing it again. No other UP football team reached the heights of the Forest Park Trojans in 2024 as the team took home the 8-player state championship in Division II last November. While many new faces will be seen on the field at Dick Metlack Field this fall, holdover players and newcomers are eager to get back to work.
From what I can see, everyone just wants to get back into it. They want to, stay on top of that mountain. They want to, put their signature on that as well. So everyone's ready to go. We got most everyone back from last year. We're ready to roll. Obviously, last year was last year. It was a great year. It was a good run. A lot of good memories came from it, but couldn't wait to get back out here, start off 2025 and get the ball rolling again.
From the top of the mountain back to square one, the Trojans hit the practice field for the first time on Monday. As they work up to putting on the pads in the near future, practice number 1 was dedicated to getting reintroduced to the basics.
Oh, just running, all the basic drills, just hitting bags, no contact or anything, so getting the fundamentals down. But yeah, a lot of running for sure.
I'm really excited. I know a lot of people don't think we're going to be as good just because we lost the amount of seniors that we did. There was a lot of talent, but I still think we can come together, and I think with the pieces that we have, we can make it happen. A lot of times we work on routine, and we just get out running a lot, try to get people in shape, and get ready for hitting.
First 2 days, just helmets. Next 2 days, we can go helmets and shoulder pads. Just getting acclimated. It's a little warmer out here today. Get the guys acclimated, get them back into the swing of things. Not everyone's going to come in shape, so we got to work on those guys, and just progress as a team. You're only as good as your weakest link, as they like to say, and that's so true, especially with football. If you don't got 8 guys out there doing their job, you're going to have issues. So just getting acclimated, getting back into it, and then next week we'll put up the intensity, start hitting, and then get ready for our scrimmage.
Teams annually face the challenge of filling roles on and off the field from departing seniors, which will include 6 out of 8 starting spots on defense for Forest Park.
We have a lot of new guys, a lot of young guys. We're pretty fresh this season, so pretty much just learn our sets, get them down, all the fundamentals, make sure we're not slipping up, and, we have till playoffs. So, but I guess first couple of games, just all the basic stuff, make sure we're clean.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys, a lot of new guys too that haven't even played before. They're athletic and they've been working really hard, and I'm excited to see how they play. A lot of guys can run, but I'm really excited to see who has that different kind of mindset that's able to hit someone and keep going on to the next play.
Basically, our whole offensive line is new, so there's 5 positions that are wide open there. We bring back 1 player, Eli. He's bring back our center, but everything else is up for grabs. We had 6 seniors starting on defense, so all those positions are up for grabs. So definitely battles everywhere, which is, to me, it's fun. It's a little bit of starting over, but that's the fun of it. It's you have those classes that come through, those really good classes, and then you got to reload, and that's where we're at right now.
Filling leadership roles will be one of the main objectives for Coach Fabry and his staff in the coming weeks as they look ahead to Newberry in Week 1.
We had a lot of guys that underclassmen that got playing time last year, looking for them to pick it up, looking for them to take over that leadership role. We lost an amazing senior class. It's not a secret at all. We had some good seniors last year, good leaders, just football players, and we're going to miss them for sure, but I'm excited to see which one of these guys, who's going to step up into those roles and take leadership in this team.
While the months-long journey to November is just beginning, the coaching staff's biggest focus is building consistency and lead up to kickoff at home against Newberry August 28th.
Come prepared, work on our fundamentals. That we always have to work on that because we can't afford mistakes, so trying to keep it clean. Just be stronger overall, more physical, take some hits.
Big thing is just everyone needs to show up. Everyone needs to show up every day. We got to stay healthy. We can't, we got to get our work in, but we got to be smart about it. Got to make sure we have our full arsenal for that week 1 game. Newberry will come in; they'll be ready to go. They've had good numbers this summer, from what I hear. So it'll be a battle week 1. So we've got to prepare for it, but we got to be smart and be healthy.
Another team that knows a thing or two about winning state championships is the North Central Jets, longtime rivals of Forest Park.
Since 2014, the Jets have brought home 5 state titles, and you can bet they'd love nothing more than to add another to their trophy case in 2025.
Getting there won't be easy. The Jets have to replace a lot of talent from last season, including the reigning Mr. UP football, All-State, and Dream Team selection Lane Gorzinski.
They definitely have talent waiting in the wings, and they've used training camp as a chance to start shaping their new identity.
One player the Jets will definitely be able to count on come game day is Caden Malone. We spoke with the junior standout, and he says this team feels like a lot of people are counting them out, and because of that, the Jets are heading into the season with a chip on their shoulder, ready to prove everyone wrong.
Going into these games, each game, we got something to prove. Show people that we are still the aggressors. We are still gonna come for you, and even though we're not as big, we're gonna bite your ankles. We're gonna take you out from below. We ain't got as big a guys, but we'll still take you out.
We're still going to play fast. You know what I mean? I think our defense is going to come out of the gates really strong and fast. Our offense is going to take and just get better every game. We're young at a lot of spots, but we got a lot of young returners too. So, I'm just expecting these guys to grow and us get better as the season goes on.
North Central will get their season started tomorrow night, kicking things off on the road against Munising.
Now, the Munising Mustangs finished 2024 with a winning record, but they feel like they left a lot on the table.
Munising has been focused on getting into game shape. They know conditioning will be key when they take the field against the Jets.
With players like Carson Keenitz, Jack Dussault, and Carter Dietzman no longer on the team, the Mustangs will look to a trio of seniors to lead the way this season, including first-year quarterback and linebacker Nolan Connaughton.
A key part of the Mustangs' formula for success, focusing on 2 areas entirely within their control, says head coach Matt Matson.
I always talk about effort and attitude. Those are 2 things that we can control. If I'm coaching girls basketball or track or football, that's kind of what I preach, and we've been pretty successful. So if we work hard and control those things, the wins will come. And if the wins don't come, as long as the attitude and effort's there, I'll be okay with that. But we've been pretty successful preaching those things. So the attitude and effort's been great so far.
North Central and Munising will kick off Thursday night at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. The Menominee football team has been on the cusp of a breakthrough over the past few seasons, and Tour 2025 might finally be their year.
With a talented roster returning, head coach Chad Brandt and his staff have the tools to get creative on both sides of the ball.
This year's group of Maroons, known simply as Team 132, has brought great energy and effort to their training camp ahead of the upcoming season, says Coach Brandt.
After finishing as state runner-up in 2023, Menominee's quest to return to the state title game came to an end in last season's regional final. While the team is eager for another shot at the postseason, they're focused on taking things one day at a time.
Team 132 has to set a standard on what they want. The torch is handed to them. Guys know, do your job. And the expectations are there when you pick up that helmet to play Menominee football. There's a brand that goes with that, and I think these guys are excited for that to get going.
I think it's been great. We've had everybody showing up, a lot of intensity for lifts, working hard in camp, going 100%, getting a lot of reps and getting everyone better. So I think it's been really good, and I think we're preparing really well for this year.
The Maroons kick off against Marinette, their rival across the river, with the annual M&M game scheduled for Friday night.
Now, Tor, some programs will be welcoming in a new leading voice in the locker room this season with a change at head coach.
Yeah, that's right, Jake. And after more than 3 decades, the Negaunee Miners will no longer be led by Hall of Fame coach Paul Jacobson, who retired at the end of last season.
Enter Jeff Nemi, a familiar face. Nemi has previously served on the Miners coaching staff, so he already has a strong connection with the players. He wasted no time on day one of practice, putting a strong emphasis on fundamentals, a cornerstone of any successful team.
Kyle Waterman steps in to replace Ty Jacobson under center, but he'll benefit from an experienced offensive line led by anchor Ethan Gauthier. Add in a trio of running backs, including playmaker Brock Bonovitz, and that should help ease the transition.
The biggest question mark lies on the outside at the skill positions, but Nemi is confident they have the guys who can step in and make an impact. Add bringing back a stout defense Negaunee is known for, and we should expect more of the same from the Miners in 2025.
There's a lot of experience that's out the door now, So, no matter what we end up doing there, it's going to be some growing pains maybe at first, but I'm pretty confident in the guys that we have there and that they can get the job done. We'll definitely be different than we were last year, but the foundation is still there. We're still going to be an I formation team. We're still gonna get after you on defense, and we're just a different team than we were last year.
Negaunee will kick off their season at home against rival Marquette tomorrow night, reigniting a classic matchup we haven't seen in quite some time.
That one will begin at 7 Eastern. We're going to hear from the Sentinels here in just a few minutes.
Due to a shortage of players, Iron Mountain will field only a varsity team this season. The 2025 roster will include 15 freshmen and sophomores, along with around a dozen juniors and seniors.
Despite their lack of experience, the Mountaineers are setting high expectations for the season. The players who are suiting up are fully committed to the vision laid out by first-year head coach Kyle Johnson.
Wow, there's been a lot of great coaches and great players here, and I think the one word that describes Iron Mountain football has been toughness, and just you got to be tough to play here, and you have a target on your back, so everyone's trying to beat you. So just being tough every day, practice, games, everything. Yeah, it's an honor to be the head coach at Iron Mountain football, and just putting everything I have into it, and just know that hopefully the community supports what we have going on, and just keep it rolling.
He's been around the program for a while, and being the head coach this year, he's brought enthusiasm and all that, pushing us to be tough every practice, give 110% every sprint, go all out, and that's been great. If we can just be physical, that's a big part of how we can be a good team this year. Be physical and never count ourselves out of a game.
Iron Mountain will host Houghton this Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central. Stay tuned. We're going to hear from the Gremlins later in the show.
Now, Jake, after several head coaching changes in recent years, it's been great to see the Westwood Patriots finally finding some consistency thanks to the groundwork laid by last fall under head coach Tyler Thomas.
That's right, Tor. Things didn't always go according to plan for the Patriots in 2024, but the growth was undeniable, with Westwood winning their final 2 games and 3 of their last 5.
The Patriots are a team eager to continue that upward trend and show what they're capable of in 2025.
Last year it was kind of creating this program, building a foundation of what we expect out of these guys, and unfortunately we had some injuries in key positions last year, but one thing I was proud of that team last year was that no matter what the circumstances were, we competed and we got after every single day, and fortunately we get a lot of those guys back this year, and so far we've been able to hit the ground running, and just a lot of confidence coming into this camp, especially with the senior group that we have this year.
Westwood will open up their season in their home opener against Bark River Harris tomorrow night. The Marquette Sentinels will move from Division II to Division III this season, but their goals remain unchanged.
The Sentinels feel like they left a lot of opportunities on the table last season, and they're determined to push the program forward this year.
The Marquette Sentinels football team solidified their place among the Big North Conference's elite in 2024, finishing second in the standings behind Petoskey. Coming off a strong and productive summer conditioning program, the Sentinels are looking to carry that momentum over to early camp practices.
Most of these early practices are, getting the kids, believing in each other and getting comfortable with each other, understanding the offense and the defense, and just basically teaching so that when we do get pads and are ready to, lace it up and go full go, we're ready to go at that point and have all the mental stuff out of the way.
Back to lead the charge is senior quarterback Ford Richardson, who brings stability and playmaking ability under center. Last season, Richardson proved himself a true dual threat, throwing for 1,128 yards and 19 touchdowns, while adding 541 rushing yards and 6 more scores on the ground.
Ford is an ultimate competitor. There's nothing that he doesn't want to win, and the kids want to see that from their quarterback. But yeah, he stepped in as a great leader. He's a captain of the team, along with Pavel, Bjorn Anderson, Bodie Bennett, and Andy Thurston. Those kids have been, I can't say enough about them, how they've been this summer, and just kind of rallied the kids.
Obviously, being the senior, it's like you're the top dog and you have to embrace it. Otherwise, the team is just going to be however they are, you know what I mean? So, I mean, however me and the other captains can lead the team is how our team will be and like how the trajectory will be. I mean, football is like, it's my favorite thing to do. It's my passion, and I mean, every time that we get back out here, I'm fired up, and our whole team is. So it's for sure a good feeling.
For the past 2 seasons, Marquette has produced the Mitchell Snyder Lineman of the Year, the award given to the UP's top lineman. Dason Smith earned the honor in 2023, followed by his brother Talon in 2024. In 2025, the Sentinels return another strong offensive line, led by Grand Valley State commit Pavel McCutcheon, who will anchor the unit and set the tone up front.
Coming up through those guys as a sophomore on varsity was amazing because I was fresh to the position. So all the groundwork they laid for me, and Coach Bush and stuff like that, they've really taught me all that stuff, and I've really built a solid foundation. I feel like the potential's through the roof. So I feel really great, and the Marquette brotherhood with the O-line there's nothing like it. So it's great to be around the guys, and we all love each other, and it's just amazing.
The linemen have made it. And I attribute this to the Smith brothers starting it, but they've made it cool to be a lineman, and that's what we need. I mean, that without linemen, you got nothing. You know, I mean, we can have all the quarterbacks, receivers, and running backs in the world. We got a lineman, we're not going to be very good. So that's the exciting part, and they all enjoy playing it.
The Sentinels do lose a lot of production in their passing game, with players like Kyler Sager and Jacob McPhee having graduated, but Mason says a hungry group of receivers is ready to step up.
I'm really looking forward to guys like Pierce Pitsley, Jacob Norman, Halen McCullum. These are our Braylon Zadunik has put in a ton of effort.
With standout running back Drew Bradley moving on, the Sentinels will rely on a stable of backs to move the football on the ground.
Our running back room, we got Grant Simon, who is going to be very special. He's been hurt the last 2 years. And then we got James Goodwin, Brady Audette, Bodie Bennett, Landon Fazio. So we got a lot of running backs, but not a lot of them with varsity game experience. So that probably, if I had to pick a big question mark, that would be it at this point.
The Sentinels will face a schedule that regularly takes them below the Mackinac Bridge, but they're not making excuses. They're embracing that challenge.
I mean, I think every single game in our schedule is winnable. So, I mean, obviously winning the most games we can, going undefeated in the regular season, and we want to make it far in the playoffs, which our school is. We haven't made it super far in our history as far as I know, but I mean, obviously we're trying to make it as far as we can. And
you know, what's the old statement? Iron sharpens iron, right? Go play the better team. So that's what we're hoping to do, and see what happens.
Now to Delta County, the Escanaba Eskimos were just seconds away from punching their ticket to the playoffs last season, but that opportunity was ripped away in heartbreaking fashion.
The Eskimos have kept that feeling close throughout their training camp, using it as fuel as they head into the 2025 season.
Facing a win-and-in scenario in their final regular season game of 2024, the Escanaba football team stood on the doorstep of the postseason. But in the final seconds, the door was slammed shut, and they left the field heartbroken.
We were up. I mean, we scored with like a minute 50 left. And, 2 seconds left, they scored.
Just seconds away from punching their ticket to the playoffs, the Eskimos saw their season come to an abrupt and heartbreaking end, falling to Gaylord 19-15. Despite falling short of their ultimate goal, the Eskimos have turned the page, using last season's disappointment as fuel heading into 2025.
We've been building the last couple of years, and last year was a great way for the kids to see what they were capable of doing. And we got so many returning guys this year that and with all that kind of momentum from last year, we're really excited about what they can do this year.
Returning to lead the charge is senior quarterback Nolan Bink, who has come a long way since being thrust into the starting role as a sophomore.
Every step of the way, he's been awesome in terms of getting prepared and learning, and we had to teach. We threw him into the fire sophomore year, and I mean, I think that was the best thing for him, and he is what's come out in the last 2 years is a pretty special player.
Now entering his third year as a starter, Bink has taken full command of the Eskimos' offense.
He's basically a coach on the field, you know. I let him call a lot of plays sometimes, you know, so he knows what's going on. He's pretty in sync. Him and I think together quite a bit, so he knows what I'm expecting and the details of everything. So just such a great leader on the field and such a good asset.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident in our playbook. So, I mean, Coach Lamb's made it super easy on me and our offense, and I think everybody else knows the playbook, and it's easier when everybody else knows it too. Every year, I think we get a little better, and confidence level is getting bigger, faster, stronger every year. Helps out a ton for everybody in the whole team. So I think we're really excited.
Another returning player looking to make a big impact in 2025 is junior Brody Eisen. After seeing significant playing time as a sophomore, Eisen proved to be a difference maker on both sides of the ball, contributing as a running back and a linebacker.
He was first team all-conference for both sides of the ball, and the kid's got quite a bit of drive, and he's very competitive, and he loves getting better at his craft, and we love having him. He brings the energy every day. It's awesome to see.
First 2 games was a little rough, getting used to everything, especially varsity, a little bit faster play, but I thought it was a really good year. I was super confident. Everyone's confident. We're a little shy of the playoffs last year, so this year we have high expectations for that.
With Bink and Eisen sharing the backfield and a seasoned supporting cast rounding out the offense, the Eskimos will have the flexibility to dictate how they attack opposing defenses.
I mean, obviously you want to establish the run, and we plan on running the ball a ton. We got a lot of running backs back there, and we're going to make sure we use every single one of them. So that's the plan, and when we got to throw, we're definitely not afraid to do that too.
With 9 of 11 starters back on defense, Escanaba should have a tough, reliable unit ready to handle the challenges of the Big North Conference.
Very physical, very detail-oriented, very disciplined. That's kind of the game plan, and we're going to bring it every single snap, and that's what they like to do. So.
With the pieces in place, Escanaba should be back in the playoff mix once again, and that journey kicks off at home against Kingsford on August 28th.
Yeah, I think some team goals is make playoffs. That's like the big one this year. We should have made it last year, but came up short. So I think that's our main goal this year is to make playoffs. So hopefully we can do that.
I think our team can hang with anyone. I think we've got the confidence now and the direction and game plan to go out there and every single week deliver and be competitive. So we've got high expectations, and we've got some big goals, and we want to make sure we achieve them this year.
In the 21st century, few teams have enjoyed the level of consistent success the Calumet Copper Kings have, making a run to the playoffs 19 times, and now entering 2025, they'll look to make that 20.
Calumet battled adversity with a 3-game losing streak in 2024, but overcame it to win 4 straight to make the playoffs.
They lost a fair number of seniors who helped on that playoff push, but bring back a healthy number of returning players that have helped get incoming players up to speed. Meeting with the team this week, their focus heading into week 1 has been ingraining team identity into the younger players to outplay any of their shortcomings.
I think just making sure we know our system, right? Every week we play obviously a very tough schedule now with our conference, and which is what we've always wanted. So really focusing on what we want to do and what we want to do at a high level all the time, just to make sure that we put the most pressure on teams. We're obviously not the biggest team in the world. We got a bunch of small Finlanders that just love to play football. So really knowing their jobs and ironing that out is probably our biggest focus.
The Copper Kings open up against another historic program in West Iron County in Iron River Thursday evening. Another team in the Copper Country eyeing a postseason run is the Houghton Gremlins. They're looking to play playoff football for the first time since 2022.
And they came close last season, finishing 4-5, and they know if things had shaken out a little differently in certain spots, it could have been a different story. Now they have to reset a bit with more youth in their starting lineup.
The Gremlins recently took part in a scrimmage with Calumet and Westwood. Meeting with the team this week, Coach Tim Driscoll emphasized the importance of getting that on-field experience for their new players.
And really good test for us. I mean, it's nice to see some linemen having to compete against, you know, another color jersey and some guys that are really coming off the ball, and it's just not leaning on each other at practice, and you know, some really good things. We're going to be a younger team this year. Of course, we had a really good senior class last year, but I feel like the younger kids have really stepped up, and we've got some good talent coming up in our sophomore class.
The Gremlins kick off against Iron Mountain on the road this Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central.
That wraps up our countdown to kickoff preview show. For full team previews and more in-depth coverage, head on over to our website, myupnow.com.
Be sure to tune in to MyUP Sports weeknights at 6 and 11 on WBUP, and again at 6:30 and 10 on WJMN for continued high school football coverage all season long. Have a great night.